He didn't disappear in a place where people get lost. He disappeared somewhere small and quiet. A place where everyone knows everyone. He was at a party, surrounded by people. And somehow, by the end of the night, he was the only one left behind. His friends drove away. They thought he would find a ride. They thought he would be fine. He wasn't. A month later, they found his body in a place that had already been searched. And from that moment on, the story took another turn. This wasn't just a disappearance. This case would go on to become one of the most debated unsolved deaths in America. And the deeper you look into what happened that night, the harder it becomes to believe it was ever random. To understand what happened that night, you have to understand where it happened. Cygne in Kansas isn't a place people pass through. It's a place people belong to. Small, familiar, and predictable. The kind of place where unfamiliar faces don't go unnoticed. That night, a party was being held on the outskirts of town. People gathered. Music played. Nothing about it seemed unusual. Except for one detail. Alonzo Brooks wasn't from there. And in a setting like that, that matters more than people like to admit. At first, everything looked the way it was supposed to. People talking, drinking, moving between rooms and outside spaces. Nothing that would stand out later. But as the night went on, that clarity began to fade. Accounts shifted. Details stopped aligning. Some would later say there was tension. Others would insist nothing was wrong. And somewhere inside those conflicting versions, something happened. Not loudly. Not in a way that stopped the night. But enough to change how it would be remembered. When his friends decided to leave, they didn't think they were leaving him behind. They thought he would follow. Or find another ride. It wasn't unusual. It wasn't alarming. It was normal. And that's what makes it dangerous. Because that assumption, that small, ordinary decision, became the last point where anything made sense. After that, there's no clear sequence. No confirmed timeline. Just a gap. And whatever happened inside that gap has never been clearly accounted for. The hours after the party are where the story changes shape. Because this is where certainty ends. There are no confirmed sightings. No clear witnesses. No consistent accounts. Just fragments. Statements that don't align. Memories that don't hold. And a growing question of what could happen to someone in a place surrounded by people without anyone being able to explain it. This wasn't a remote highway. It wasn't isolation in the traditional sense. And yet, what happened next unfolded as if no one was there at all. When Alonzo didn't return, concern didn't take long to set in. Family and friends were worried and they started looking. Not days later. Immediately, they searched the area around the party. Fields, roads, and the nearby creek. The same creek that would later become central to this case. At the time, there was nothing. No sign. No indication of where he had gone. And that absence began to raise a different kind of concern. Not just where he was, but why he couldn't be found. It was nearly a month later, when everything changed. His body was found. In the creek. Near the same area that had already been searched. That detail alone doesn't settle easily. Because this wasn't a place no one had looked. It had been checked, walked and examined. And yet, he wasn't there. Until he was. Which leaves a question that has never gone away. Not just what happened, but when. From that point forward, the case stopped being just a disappearance. It became a collection of inconsistencies. Witness accounts that didn't match. Details that shifted over time. And a broader context that couldn't be ignored. Because Alonzo wasn't just anyone at that party. He stood out. And in a setting like that, standing out can change everything. Some believe what happened that night wasn't random. That it wasn't accidental. That something more deliberate took place. But belief isn't proof. And proof never fully surfaced. Time passed. But the case didn't settle. It stayed open. Revisited. Re-examined. Eventually drawing the attention of the Federal Bureau of Investigation. New eyes. New scrutiny. But the same core problem remained. The beginning of the story was unclear. And without that, the ending couldn't be explained. No matter how many years passed, that gap never closed. Because this case was never just about where he was found. It's about what happened in the hours no one can explain. About a place where something went wrong, and no one has been able or willing to say how. Alonzo Brooks didn't just disappear that night. He was left behind. And whatever happened after that, still hasn't been fully told. And maybe, it never will be.